Alright, what is going on, everybody? My name is Pipe Bomb City, and welcome to episode 2 of the Ordinary Wrestling Show. Tonight, we're going to have a lot of great topics. Now, let me just mention that this is recorded on a Monday, but it is before Monday Night Raw. So anything that occurs on Monday Night Raw tonight, I will not be discussing because it's currently Raw is 12 minutes away. So if I don't go over Raw, sorry about that because I'm not watching it right now. But anyways, guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Ordinary Wrestling Show. We're at 5 subscribers, and it's only my second day on YouTube. I appreciate it so very much, guys. If you want to check out my Instagram, it's instagram.com/pipebombcity. Be sure to check that out, guys. And you're currently watching this most likely on YouTube, the only way to catch me. Anyways, guys, so tonight's topics are going to be the current state and future of Bray Wyatt. Also, what would it be like if Bray Wyatt was any kind of champion? We'll find out and discuss that later tonight. Also, we're going to be discussing Charlotte, the Divas title, and the possibility of the returning women's title. I know there's a picture of AJ, but I just wanted a picture of somebody that has the Divas title and the women's title right next to each other. I'm going to be talking about that later. And finally, tonight, we're going to be talking about the locations of SummerSlam 2016, but wait, and 2017, guys. So we're going to be talking about that. Yes, it has returned to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, only on the WWE Network. We're going to be talking about that later, guys, but we're just going to jump right in this, guys, with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt right now, let's talk about Bray Wyatt currently. Bray Wyatt currently is in a spot where he just finished a great rivalry with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns and their mystery partners. And he's been teaming with the reunited Luke Harper and the brand new Braun Strowman, who seems to be a very promising young talent who looks to have a very bright future ahead of him. The guy is a killing goddamn machine. WWE setting Braun Strowman up to be the next big monster. And obviously he's been accompanied by Bray Wyatt. Now, Bray Wyatt is who I wanted to talk about, guys. I think the only time that Bray Wyatt has ever had a title opportunity, I think, was the Money in the Bank. No, it was the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, the ladder match at Money in the Bank 2014. That was the only title match Bray Wyatt's ever had. And it wasn't really that special because it was surrounded by 7 other people. So it wasn't as memorable. It was Bray Wyatt's first title match, and it was his only title match since his almost 3-year career here in the WWE on the main roster. Now, Bray Wyatt dominated in NXT. He was a great, promising young talent. And when he finally came up to the main roster, guys, I didn't really care for him at first, but as he progressed, guys, I fell in love with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is phenomenal on the mic. For a guy that came into the WWE green, he's been pretty damn amazing, guys. On the mic, overall in the ring, just everything about Bray Wyatt. He's this unique character that there's only once in a lifetime of him. Now, yes, you can say, oh, he's just like Sting, or oh, God, he's just like The Undertaker. He's not. He's Bray Wyatt. He's different. He's a unique character. And yes, he might be similar a little bit to The Undertaker or Sting or Luke Harper or Dean Ambrose, people like that, Braun Strowman. But the difference is that he's his own character. He brings something new to the table, combined with all the other useful skills that all those other superstars have. He's a unique guy, and I'm surprised he hasn't been a champion yet. Now, I think Bray Wyatt as champion would be best for business. He's this unique character that's not like a Seth Rollins. He's not like a John Cena, where we've all seen it before. That's who the company wants to be a champion. That's been expected before. We've seen what guys like those have been like as champions. But Bray Wyatt, there's never been anybody like Bray Wyatt. Yes, we've seen The Undertaker as champion, but he just did his normal thing. Can you imagine Bray Wyatt as champion? All the different things he could do, especially now, currently in his state, where he's teaming with Braun Strowman and Luke Harper. I think it would be a great mix. I think if he had any title, he could have the tag team titles with somebody. He could have the United States title. I don't see how that fits in, but he could have the Intercontinental title. He could have the Money in the Bank briefcase. He could be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I don't care, guys. I cannot see Bray Wyatt. I cannot see the WWE putting Bray Wyatt as the face of the company, but that does not matter because I think he'd be such a great champion with what the current state he's in. I love Bray Wyatt. I love what he's doing right now, especially because It might have been the year 2013 or 2014. The guy was just on a losing streak. I think he was recorded as number 4 in 2014, excuse me, for the most losses, guys, and that's unacceptable. Kind of like what WWE is doing with Cesaro currently. It just he hasn't. So what WWE is doing with Bray Wyatt right now is what they did with Cesaro. Is what they are doing with Cesaro right now. Okay. Oh my God. Let me explain this, people. So basically, the difference between, or the similarities between what WWE is doing with Bray Wyatt in the past and what they are doing with Cesaro right now is that they are not using him correctly. They don't understand what talent they have before them. And he's getting supporters from many Hall of Famers. Those are two similarities that these two guys are having in the same kinds of time periods. And another thing is that they just keep losing. They're losing and they're not being utilized in the main rivalries that they should be. That is what I was trying to say. That WWE is not using Bray Wyatt and they're not using Cesaro correctly, but I'm trying to mainly talk about Bray Wyatt here, guys. I think he's just such a unique and great character. He could bring something new to the table. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. Now, the future of Bray Wyatt, I definitely can see him with a championship soon, or maybe in a few years. It doesn't matter to me. As long as that guy holds a title in his career, I'm going to die happily. Now, along with Braun Strowman and Luke Harper, I don't really know what to say for their futures. We've seen what Luke Harper is like without the Wyatt family. Now, first, Luke Harper was the Intercontinental Champion. He was part of the Team Authority. He was putting on great ladder matches with Ziggler. Had a great performance in the Royal Rumble. But after that, I believe he wasn't doing shit. He was kind of just roaming around. He teamed up with Eric Rowan again, and honestly, a lot of people were happy for it, but I was not a fan of their reunion with Eric Rowan and just Luke Harper. I was not a fan of that. I didn't watch their matches, guys. It just wasn't very enjoyable to me. After the first couple of weeks, I started to realize, oh, it's just the same thing, except way less important and used, and also there is no Bray Wyatt. So I just didn't watch it after a while because their reunion was just not as good to me. And then Luke Harper was gone for a little while, and then he came back, assisting Bray Wyatt in his match against Roman Reigns at Battleground. And that led to their reunion, and then Braun Strowman came in when they needed the 3-on-3 match for Night of Champions. Braun Strowman came in, he's a new member of the Wyatt family, and everything perfectly laid out. Now, as Braun Strowman's future, a lot of people are saying, oh, he's going to be the next Brock Lesnar. Yes, I see him as being a powerful beast, but I do not see him being the Brock Lesnar, the guy who has everything. He's Brock Lesnar. He's the beast. He's just everything. He's the Floyd Mayweather of WWE. That's what Brock Lesnar is. And Braun Strowman is not Brock Lesnar, unfortunately. I'm not saying that Brock Lesnar is better than Braun Strowman. I'm not saying that Strowman is better than Lesnar. I'm saying that their characters are different. That's why they will never be the same. But Braun Strowman's future, I believe, is very bright. Unless he somehow gets buried, unfortunately, then I could see him just being loafed around. I like the character that he has. Yes, it might be the same as what the Wyatts are doing, kind of, and they're all doing the same thing, kind of a little bit. But still, the thing is that Strowman, Harper, Wyatt, they're all different, and they can all separate and be their own characters. But I could see Strowman, if he doesn't get buried, if he gets the correct pushes that he needs, I could see Strowman with a great future ahead of him, guys. Really, I'm a fan of Strowman. I think he's green as well. He might have done the Indies, but don't count on me saying that. Next, the thing I wanted to talk about was the women's title and Charlotte. Now, as soon as before Charlotte did win the title, I was assuming that Charlotte was going to the night after she won it. She won on the Night of Champions. And I assumed that the night after she was going to kind of do what The Rock did. The Rock did not like the WWE title that he had won in 2013. He thought it was a joke. So he brought in this new WWE title that he thought would be respected. And it was. And now that's the WWE title we have today. It's pretty much the same thing. And that's what I thought Charlotte was going to do. Like, oh, this is the Divas title, but trust me, we are not divas. We are women, and we are here to wrestle. And I thought then she would unveil the women's title, guys. That's what I thought was going to happen. Unfortunately, it did not happen. And I don't think it's gonna, because I think if they were going to do it, they would have done it by now. But either way, the women's title, I think, should return, because the main complaint for the Divas is that they're not treated like women. They're treated like divas. And if you look up the definition of a diva, well, that's not what you should want a women's wrestler to be. But, and especially a lot of people just complain how the belt just looks like trash. It's just got that stereotype of a butterfly on it, and all the writing, and it's just, a lot of people believe it misrepresents the woman, and that they should have something like the NXT women's title. That's what the WWE fans want, for the woman to be respected. Hell, I think that Bayley, and I think it might be Sasha Banks. I think Bayley and Sasha Banks are going to main event the next NXT TakeOver. That's a pay-per-view, guys. If you look in NXT's world, that's like a pay-per-view to them. Can you ever imagine a Divas match main eventing a pay-per-view? Just imagine it, guys. Sorry. But I can't, because the WWE just does not treat them as such as an important role as the men, and I can't understand that. It's a 3 goddamn hour show, and I'm not expecting the WWE just to randomly start putting half the show towards the Divas and half the show towards the men. I'm not seeing that happening, guys. And I'm not saying that's going to come in the future. Maybe never. But still, a lot of people are misrepresenting that the Divas deserve more, that they need to be treated as women, and that now the NXT girls are starting to show up, now that they can start putting on some better matches, and that, I don't know. But I did think that Charlotte's going to be a great Divas champion. Unfortunately, her match when she defeated Nikki was not the best, because she really hurt her knees, guys. I saw it did not look the best. Nikki pushed her off the ropes, and then she tweaked her knee or something. It just did not look pleasant, and I've experienced something like that before, guys. It's pretty damn hard to walk on, let alone wrestle in a match. And it was not your average 12-minute Divas match. I mean, your average 2-minute Divas match on Raw. I believe the match was like 15 minutes or something. So that was pretty good, and especially with Charlotte going through all that, guys. It was amazing to see that. I wish the match would have been a little better, though. But unfortunately, those kinds of things happen. It was not the match that people expected. But hey, at the end of the night, Charlotte did win the title. And I was expecting her to kind of change it from the Divas title to the women's title. But hey, that didn't happen. Maybe the women's title will come back in the future. And the main reason I'm bringing up this topic, not because of stereotypes, not because I don't like how the belt looks, and god damn it, I hate the Divas belt. It annoys the shit out of me. The main reason I'm bringing this up is because I thought of this topic because the Night of Champions, the WWE was some sons of bitches. They were having a Divas Championship match, and they put up, like, you know how they were doing the little promo of saying these great champions, like for the Intercontinental Championship match, they had pictures of all these great former Intercontinental Champions coming up. They had women's champions like the Fabulous Moolah, Strategy Lita. They had those kinds of people coming up, even though that was the women's title and not the Divas title. So it kind of struck me like, oh, well, that's a different title now, so you're completely bullshitting everybody. But that's just what I thought. I wasn't really too mad about it, but I saw some people on the internet were freaking the hell out. But, you know, what's new at a pay-per-view? You're going to have people that just disagree with things, and they're going and running their mouths and blah, blah, blah. But it just, a topic occurred to me, so I thought I might bring it up. But sorry, guys, I got a cough, and I don't know. It's pretty bad. But what I'm trying to say is that I thought that Charlotte was going to win the Divas title, and she did. But then I thought the night after, to sum this all up, is that she was going to represent a new title, the women's title, and she was going to start this real new Divas revolution, but that's not what happened. All right, guys, and my final topic, I'm going to have to cut this short, guys. I'm sorry I've been coughing and stuff like that, but these kinds of things happen. Sorry about that, but my throat is just killing me. This is only my second video, so sorry if this is not as enjoyable. I'm just been running my mouth and all that kinds of crap. All right, but anyways, after this, we have the SummerSlam location is returning to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Now, this might be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you think of SummerSlam 2015, because maybe you enjoyed the crowd. Like, wow, the crowd was amazing. I loved how they were always cheering and they're on their feet. I can't really remember the crowd, but I remember that they were okay. They were actually pretty good. They were kind of worn out from the night before it was NXT TakeOver, so I could see how the night wasn't as electric maybe as Vince thought it would be, but hey, still the crowd was a pretty good crowd, and I thought it was a pretty good crowd. I can't remember if SummerSlam 2014 was in Brooklyn, New York. I think it was in New York and New Jersey, I think, was where SummerSlam 2014 was. I'm probably mistaken, but I don't know. But the only thing that matters is that SummerSlam 2016 and 2017, and 2017, I must mention, yes, the next 2 years of SummerSlam are going to be in Brooklyn, New York. So maybe there's a specific reason why WWE did this. Maybe there's not. I don't really know, guys, but it was released that they've confirmed the location of SummerSlam for the next 2 years. So it just depends on how you viewed it. If you liked the SummerSlam crowd and you thought, hey, I can't wait to come back to here next year, well, then you're lucky because you get to see them next year. But if you didn't like the crowd, well, then that sucks for you because you're not going to have a very pleasant SummerSlam the next 2 years. All right, guys. Well, I think that's all I have for you guys here on the Ordinary Wrestling Show episode 2. I really did hope you guys enjoy it. I'm sorry that this was my only second video and my voice was just killing me right now. I'm sorry, guys. If you didn't really notice, then props to you. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to check out my Instagram.com/PipeBombCity. We're almost at 350 followers, guys. It means the world to me. And that's all I really got to say. So if you enjoyed the episode, be sure to comment, tell me, or message me, whatever, guys. I'm new to this. If you did not like the episode, if maybe there's something wrong, because I did watch the last episode and there was something going on with my mic. Like it kind of got a little scratched out towards the end there. So I don't know if that happened in this episode. I don't know if it happened. If it bothered you guys in the last one, I'm sorry for that. But if you had any issues with my podcast or show, whatever you want to call this, be sure to tell me because I really want to know what to fix and what to not, and what to keep doing. All right, guys, but that's all I got to say. Remember, check out my Instagram. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all next time on the Ordinary Wrestling Show.